So when are you gonna start making the Mama Rose troll accounts? Oh wait, we're live.
God. You had to jinx it, didn't you?
I never did anything.
Yeah. All right. Hey guys, welcome to Doctor Who audio fan commentary, and I'm with my good friend Louis Ben.
Hello everyone, welcome to Not Whose Opinion.
Who's in that profile pic? Looks like two old guys in a.
It's Donald Trump and Bill Clinton.
Oh God.
I thought as this episode's set in America, we can have the American presidents. Fuck.
Bro, because I'm proud to be an American, because at least I know Doctor Who's cancelled.
Doctor in distress.
Let's all answer his SOS. Yeah.
Bro, it's
But
the
yeah.
end. The moment's been prepared.
Yeah, but with the news of Doctor Who being cancelled again, it looks like we're going to be talking because this year recently was the 30th anniversary of not just John Pertwee passing away, but of the TV movie, which was first Doctor Who we'd seen really in 7 years, unless you count Dimensions in Time. It's the first of the Wilderness years. They were trying to make a Doctor Who series off the back of this if it was successful, but it sees the return of Sylvester McCoy and the introduction of Paul McGann. And yeah, I was just going to say, Louis, is there anything you wanted to say before we started the commentary?
No. I've got nothing, bro. I've got fucking nothing.
It's got nothing left. It's got nothing left.
Bro, I'm just as irrelevant as everyone else now. Doctor Who was my life.
Then they stole it from you.
They are scum. Russell T. Davis, Julie Gardner, Jane Tranter, scum, scum, scum.
All right. Well, I'm about to go live, so okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Ooh, is that?
My old enemy.
I never get why they use Paul McGann's voice when at this point he's not even regenerated to Paul McGann yet.
Yeah. I think it's meant to be like like a log that he does later on. I think it's meant to be like it's like sort of it's sort of him talking about his past. That's what I think it is. Yeah.
Nice that we get the Daleks there, even though you don't see them.
Even though their voices are fucking terrible.
And the Master.
Yeah, I do really love the theme for the TV movie. It's one of my favorite Doctor Who themes, like theme arrangement. It's nice to have a full orchestral theme for the first time.
It's a really good theme. I like the vortex. It's very reminiscent of what we get with Eccleston and Tennant.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh, and Eric Roberts, otherwise known as the guy who was in Human Centipede 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Sylvester McCoy. Yeah. E.g. so, yeah. I know I was watching the documentary. Apparently, E.G. Show was a big Doctor Who fan when he was younger. Apparently, he used to watch it in the 80s, like on PBS and all that, or whatever, with Tom Baker and stuff. So, yeah. One thing I do really like about the TV movie is that you can, watching it, like, it does have that big budget feel to it, which the classic series unfortunately never really had, because it's an American co-production.
Yeah. I do love the TARDIS interior.
Yeah. And it's nice that they got Sylvester McCoy back because the BBC was dead against bringing him back because the show got cancelled when he was the Doctor, and Philip Segal, the producer, like they wanted Tom Baker back, but he put his foot down and said no, McCoy's got to return. Apparently, originally the BBC said okay, he can return, but he can't say anything on screen. He can't have a word of dialogue. But no, I'm glad that they brought him back for this.
Yeah, I think it would have been a real shame if he didn't. I mean, it probably actually did more damage to the reboot because I think it put a lot of people off because it's like, oh, he was an old Doctor and it confused them. But in the long term of the show, I'm really glad he got his goodbye.
Yeah. I also like the references to the classic series, like Patrick Troughton, the 900-Year Diary, and of course here he's about Data Jelly Baby, which obviously that wasn't really a thing that his Doctor did. It was, more of a Tom Baker thing, but it's still a nice reference anyway for newer viewers.
Yeah, no, it is good.
Yeah, but I think that TARDIS interior, it's probably, I think up until that point, it's probably the best TARDIS interior. And apparently, I was looking at it as well. Apparently, it was like one of the most expensive sets built at the time. Like they spent a huge amount of money on that set for the TV movie.
I mean, you can tell they've got a lot of budget.
Yeah. What do you think of McCoy's new outfit for the TV movie?
I don't like it. He looks like a professor from school. I like the seal of brass on it. That's quite cool. Bro, that's a lot of candles in the TARDIS. Wow, a fish. Oh, look, some Asians.
Yeah. I really like McCoy's new outfit. I think actually it's probably like better than the one that he wore in a TV show, just because he just got rid of all those terrible question marks. But
Where is the original one? I really don't know.
yeah,
I do like this in America. I do kind of like it, but not necessarily in America. Like Chinese people, it just makes it feel more real and like the world's bigger.
yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. And funnily enough, all of this was like filmed in Canada. Canada, I'm pretty sure, like Vancouver, which of course is the home country of Sidney Newman, who created the show.
Yeah, no, it was filmed in Vancouver
Yeah.
because they've got the same sets as Primary Removal.
Oh, did they use the same sets?
Like the same area. The same area.
Oh, same area. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Sylvester McCoy himself said, like later on, that maybe it was a mistake bringing him back for this. Maybe they should have just started it with Paul McGann. Then, like, if they did a series, have a flashback instead, showing how he regenerated. Which I think that would have been an interesting idea. Like, I think for like a new audience in America, it's probably a bit confusing to have someone at the start and then he regenerates. But I do respect them a lot for bringing him back and having the regeneration scene, because they could have easily just skipped that and just started to film with Paul McGann, but yeah.
No, I agree. I think it was the best thing for the show in general, but for the pilot, I think it probably did hold it back. Oh, and now we see the Masters come.
I'm on the scene where the TARDIS has just arrived. It's getting shot. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on that as well.
As I do love the TARDIS exterior for that. I think it looks really nice. I got to give a lot of respect to Philip Segal as well, because I saw an interview of him recently. Like, he's talked about the TV movie on the Blu-ray and DVDs and on YouTube, and he said when he was trying to pitch the show to American networks like Steven Spielberg and Amblin Entertainment and then Universal and all that, they were saying to him, "Oh, get rid of the police box. It's too British," and he had to keep fighting them to keep the police public call box. You know.
Yeah, you got to keep the police.
Yeah.
I like how he calls him John Smith on the paperwork.
Yeah, it's a nice reference. I'm watching it on the 4K set, like the new one, like the new print they released recently, because they found the original film prints and restored it, and it looks great. And yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people don't like the TV movie, and there are problems with it, definitely. But I think for the most part, what they managed to do after like 7 years, bringing it back, I think Philip Segal, like to his credit, it took him 7 years to get this movie made, and he did a really I think he did his best with what he could.
No, I agree. I think it's really good for what it was and what it could have been.
Yeah. I know a lot of people complain as well about it being set in America, but I don't know about you, but I think it's like a nice, refreshing change for once, don't you?
No, I agree. That's what I was saying earlier. It's nice to shake it up. It makes the world feel bigger.
Yeah, exactly, because he's a Time Lord who travels the universe.
I love as well that he was shocked the first time we've seen him be shot.
Yeah.
Bro, he went into America once, and the first time he fucking did it, he gets shot.
Funny you say that. Sylvester McCoy said he thought it was kind of like a satire of America, that the first time the Doctor arrives in America, he gets shot. But
Bro, he's right.
I do respect, though, as well, they got a British director for the film, Jeffrey Sachs. He directed a lot of episodes of The New Statesman with Rick Mail, so I appreciate that they got a British director for the film.
Bro, then they should have got a Rick Mail in the fucking film.
Yeah.
It's
still a shame that they never did that Lost in the Dark Dimension, because Rick Mail was going to be the main villain of that, and I think he would have been great. Like, Graham Harper said he was going to direct it and sort of fell through at the last minute.
Oh, Rick Mail would have just been made.
Yeah. He would have been if they ever did bring back the show in the 2000s or the 90s, he would have made a great Doctor or a great Master or something like that.
No, I agree.
It is a little bit hard to watch as well if you're a fan of Sylvester McCoy and seeing how his Doctor dies like this, and it's kind of it's kind of realistic as well that the bullets didn't kill him. It's the fact that they don't understand his biology, and that's the thing that kills him.
Which I really like, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's actually probably one of my favorite regenerations.
Yeah, just the way he regenerates and all. Yeah.
It's just really different.
Yeah.
And I like there's no big fanfare and he's not crying. He just tries to get them to stop.
Yeah. I also like the introduction of Daphne Ashbrook here as Grace. I mean, like that scene at the opera there, and then you see her like running down the corridor and all that. Yeah.
I love how McCoy's just like, I'm not human. I'm not human.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw the producer of it, Philip Segal, and he said he really liked McCoy as a doctor, and he said like he felt McCoy never got the chance to really show to people that he was great as a doctor because some of the scripts in his era weren't great. But yeah.
His name's not Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith's Sarah Jane's computer.
Yeah. It's kind of funny as well. She's listening to opera in the background while she's operating, like Madame Butterfly.
Yeah, it's quite.
Apparently, they had to cut some of this scene down when they were broadcasting it in the UK, especially the stuff where like McCoy's screaming when he's like, flatlining and all that because he thought it was like too scary for like younger viewers.
But bro, that's the best part.
Seeing the doctor scream before he dies.
Oh, it's like watching Casualty.
Bro, the doctor's in Holby City.
Bro, why is he not?
The Doctor meets Doctor Who meets an actual medical doctor.
If he just had that carrot juice.
Yeah. Bro, he looks like he's put on a bit of weight. Maybe he should have had that carrot juice.
Bro, he can put on weight and he's not as fat as Colin.
Yeah. No, it's kind of funny because Philip Segal, who made this, said like when he went to the UK to ask them to do the movie, he said like it was such a pain in the ass because like everybody at the BBC at the time hated Doctor Who, so he said like it was really really difficult to talk to them and try to get the rights to do it, and he said like apparently he spoke to Spielberg about it and he said Spielberg was interested in it, and I mean originally it wasn't going to be a direct continuation of the series. It was going to be a total reboot, and like the Doctor was gonna like his dad was Ulysses, and his brother was the Master, and Rassilon's like his great granddad, and he was gonna travel the universe to look for his father. And I'm just glad that never happened because, like you said before, like Doctor Who's like a show you never really need to reboot because it reboots itself every few years with a new actor or a new producer. So.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't do the whole Ulysses thing.
Yeah. It's interesting as well that the writer Matthew Jacobs, he was an English writer, and his dad was in the I think he played Doc Holliday in The Gunfighters, a William Hartnell story. So, yeah.
Oh, no. I do like the character of Grace.
Yeah, I really like her as well.
It's funny because Big Finish have finally got the rights to use her character now.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. It only took them 30 years.
Oh, it took them 30 years.
I gotta say though, Daphne Ashbrook looks pretty sexy in that dress.
Bro, you can't say that. That's disgusting. And this is set obviously in 1999, which is the year I was born.
Yeah, bro. That's funny. It's set the year you were born, and the movie came out a year before I was born. So,
Bro, they time traveled,
yeah, bro.
and somehow the master's just a fucking snake.
Hmm.
That is something I dislike about this film. Is why is the master a snake?
Why is the master what?
A fucking snake.
All right, yeah. I think they explain in some of the spin-off stuff that when he was executed, he put his essence in this like shape-shifting snake. Apparently, it's like a shape-shifting snake from Scarrow or something like that. But yeah. I quite like this chase scene as well, where Chang Li just takes the doctor's stuff and then just legs it. Like, and
Yeah, no, that's funny.
I like how it sort of goes into his like biology, how the fact that he has like two hearts, and yeah, like he's not human and all that.
It is like the first like, yeah, I agree. It's nice.
Funnily enough, that's actually Eric Roberts' wife, the woman in bed with him in this scene. Like, yeah,
Oh, really, I didn't know that.
no, it is. Yeah, that's his actual wife in real life.
She must be Emma Roberts' mom.
The crazy thing is, like, I was watching the Blu-ray documentaries. They're still together, like 30 years later. It's insane.
Because their daughter's a big American actress now called Emma Roberts.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like in American Horror Story. So she's a very good actress, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's actually the brother of Julia Roberts.
Oh, they got a famous family.
Yeah.
And I hate that fat ass in the fucking morgue. He pisses me off.
Oh, Will Sasso. He's actually been in like a lot of like American comedy stuff. I think he's kind of funny in this, but yeah, I can understand. He's a bit obnoxious. Yeah.
I love how the regeneration makes the Frankenstein stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know how it would be like dealing with, being in a hospital, dealing with like dead bodies, like having to put them into storage and all that. It must be like really fucking creepy, you know?
Especially when they're fucking regenerated.
Yeah. But my dad, his girlfriend's father, used to run he used to run like a funeral parlor and all that. So, you know, he-
Well,
you
that's
know,
perfect.
yeah, it's kind of grim. I will say this about Eric Roberts. Like Philip Seagal said originally he wanted like Christopher Lloyd, but apparently he wanted like a British actor for the Master. But because the studios didn't want Paul McGann at the time, they wanted like an American doctor. Um, like they said, you could have a British doctor, you can have Paul McGann, but you have to cast like a big name American star as like the main villain. So we had to choose Eric Robertson. Uh, and apparently Philip Seagal said like Paul McGann was really like great to get along with, but he said Eric Roberts was like a nightmare because apparently he had a cocaine addiction at the time, and there's like he would just refuse to wear like some of the costumes and stuff that he was given, and apparently he apologized to him years later, but apparently it was really difficult on set.
Well, we should do a line of coke. I like how Paul McGann looks like Jesus.
Yeah, I do like this whole Frankenstein thing where he's regenerating.
It really was.
Yeah.
I like that McCoy didn't really get like a big send off. He kind of just died. It's like the most natural regeneration.
It is, yeah. It's probably the most realistic in a lot of ways. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite, I think, especially of the classic series.
I do love that regeneration effect where you see him like make all these like faces and then it like with the lightning and then it cuts to Paul McGann.
It looks painful.
Yeah. I don't know about you as well, but you see that moment where you see his breath when he's just regenerated. I always kind of thought later on as a kid that was like regeneration energy.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it is kind of funny. He's watching a Frankenstein movie and then you just, cut to him in the morgue just regenerated into the new Doctor.
I love it when he steps out, he almost looks like Jesus.
Yeah.
Long hair, white robes.
I know it's cheesy, but I do really love his reaction to when the Doctor like busts open the door and he's like, "Oh no! Oh God, no!" And he faints.
Yeah, it's a bit over.
I don't know about you, but I didn't know till years later that was a wig that Paul McGann was wearing because he cut his hair short for another role, and
Yeah, no, I remember being quite shocked when I heard that out.
because if you look at the audition, his hair is just like that in the audition, but like when they cast him, apparently he was playing some other role, so he like cut his hair really short. And if you look at his hair, that he had before he did the movie, it was like the haircut that Eccleston had for Series 1.
Yeah, I quite like his hair longer.
Yeah. It's kind of funny as well. We have two Northern Doctors back to back.
Yeah, that's true actually.
Yeah, because like McGann's from Liverpool and Eccleston's from Manchester.
And then you get another Scottish Doctor.
Yeah, but he's putting on an English accent, which is weird.
And then Peter Capaldi just says, "Fuck that, I'm keeping it."
Yeah, I read why Russell didn't want him to do an accent. Apparently, he said he didn't want the Doctor's accent tour in the regions or whatever.
I don't think it really matters what accent the Doctor is.
Yeah. I mean, you could argue this whole like "who am I" thing's a bit cheesy, but I think it kind of works that he has sort of amnesia after his regeneration because like he later reveals that like the whole regeneration nearly completely failed because she messed it up, his biology,
No, I agree.
I don't know about you as well, but you know the Master's eyes in the TV movie, like it kind of reminds me of the cheetah eyes that he had in Survival.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, is that on purpose?
Yeah, it might be. Yeah. I think it's a shame we only got 90 minutes. It would have been better, I think, if we got like a full 2 hours. But at the same time, like, I kind of like how quick paced the TV movie is. It's 90 minutes and it doesn't like overstay its welcome.
Yeah, no, I agree. Maybe if they did it as like a two-parter or something.
Yeah. The one thing I don't get though, it's kind of stupid. It's just sort of put in there for fan service. But like when he goes to the locker and finds like Tom Baker's scarf, like that was a bit stupid to be honest. Like why would it be there? But
Bro, because it's Doctor Who.
yeah, kind of funny. He finds that mask of Richard Nixon.
That is funny.
And like Chang Lee going for his bag, like with the sonic screwdriver and the yo-yo and all that.
He like picks up the screwdriver and he's like, "Is this a dildo?"
Bro, that's why it's called a screwdriver, because the doctor screws with it.
It's like the doctor gets it back and he's like, "Why does it smell of shit?"
Yeah. I do love the Doctor's costume though. It's like one of my favorite like outfits for a Doctor.
Yeah, I really like.
Well, at least they're not putting him in a fucking hoodie.
Bro, hoodies are great. Peter Capaldi, Johnny Wood.
Like you literally put Paul McGann like in a really chabby outfit.
Should have put him in one of Shooty Gatwar's sexy kilts.
This scene though, like, is quite dark where like the Master kills Bruce's wife, like he just like snaps her neck or whatever. Like
Yeah, it's quite. Scene where the doctor's in the hospital waiting room and he looks around and that guy stares at him. The guy looks like Winston fucking Churchill.
he looks like who? Oh, Churchill? Yeah.
Yeah, the big fat guy.
Oh right, yeah. It's a shame this was broadcast when it was in America because it was going up against like I think the series finale of Roseanne, and like it failed in the ratings. Like it did well in the UK, it got like 9 million viewing figures in the UK, but like it went against the finale of Roseanne, so like it sort of bombed in American TV. But yeah.
No, it's a shame.
Yeah, I know what you mean about the guy looks like Churchill.
Fucking looks like Churchill, bro.
But I think Paul McGann in this, like, I have to give him like credit. Like he's given a script that isn't amazing, and he manages just to make it fantastic. Like, no pun intended, but he does such a great job with the script, and like I just think his performance in this is just amazing.
It's a shame we never got another sick button and wrote another episode. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got Night of the Doctor, but it's only a mini. So.
Yeah. Apparently, he was initially like really hesitant to do the TV movie because it would have meant he would have had to move his family over to Canada, and he would have been like doing the series for like 6 years. He said like initially like he really didn't want to do it because of that, but then he was sort of convinced by, I think, a Doctor Who actress or whatever to do it. But yeah. I think wasn't Janet Fielding his manager at the time or agent or whatever?
Yeah, she was his agent. Don't do it. The show's shit.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy as well, like the bullshit that Grace has to put up with, because that guy, like, he just gets the X-ray of the two hearts and just burns all the evidence.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
It's interesting. she threatens to quit, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, you don't mean that," and then just leaves. Like, what a dickhead.
Yeah, that's good.
But I do think they have a lot of chemistry as well in this movie. Paul McGann and Daphne Ashbrook. I think they've got a lot of great on-screen chemistry.
No, I agree.
And funny enough, even though she was in a relationship at the time, she said she secretly had a crush on Paul McGann. But
Bro, she was gonna fuck the doctor.
bro, not only was she going to be the first one to kiss the doctor, she was going to be the first companion to get laid by the doctor.
She was the first companion to get cum in her face.
So that's what that white stuff was. It wasn't a snake, it was the master's cum.
Bro, the time was when they die, they just become cum.
Yeah, wow. It's crazy to think now this is like 30 years old. It makes me feel old.
Bro, it's so fucking old.
Yeah. But I never get people who count this as part of the classic series.
Bro, it is part of the classic series.
But it's in between. It's in between the classic and the new. I always see it like as the bridging gap between the classic and the new. But yeah.
Bro, I just counted it as a fucking new series. This is where it started.
Well, that's the thing. There's a lot of elements in this that are inspired by the classic series, but you can also tell there's a lot of elements in this that inspired the new series, like with the Doctor kissing his companion, and the sort of more faster paced, like bigger budget aspect of it. But yeah. I'll give credit. I'll give Eric Roberts credit. Like a lot of people just say he's like really campy and he's like terrible as a master. I think he's quite good at doing the more sinister stuff, like where he's quiet and like that scene with the nurse. And sorry, go ahead. What was you gonna say?
No, I said he's very unsettling.
Yeah. And I kind of like the fact as well, they reference the fact that the master's body's decaying. Like when he's talking to that nurse and he like takes that nail off his finger.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
But yeah, obviously Grace lives well because she's a doctor.
Bro, they should have brought the Daleks into this.
Yeah, I love how she just says ex-boyfriend like straight away.
She wants to ride his dick.
She's like, open your shirt. I want to listen to your hearts. Is that all you want to listen to?
I don't really get how the medical one. What, bro?
What were you saying?
I don't really get when he's like pulling out the wires from his body. Like, sure, he regenerated, bro.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite scenes, though, in the movie, like where he's talking to her and she's like, "Don't tell me that crap about, coming back from the dead. Only children believe that." And then he just like, "Oh, well, it was a child's dream to become a doctor." And then he says, "Don't be sad, Grace. She'll do great things."
Yeah, no, I like that.
Yeah. Kind of interesting as well how he talks about he was with Puccini when he passed away, when he wrote Madame Butterfly and stuff. It's interesting, like when he says, "Oh, the anesthetic almost destroyed the regenerative process," so that's kind of why he's like all messed up in this one, and he can't remember a lot of stuff for a while.
No, it's yeah. I think Eric Roberts is great in this.
Yeah. I do like the dialogue the Doctor has. He's like, "Oh, you dreamed that you could hold back death, and that's why you became a doctor." You know. Do you think it was a good choice as well to bring back the Master for the movie?
Yeah, I do think it's an interesting choice. They didn't really have like an alien monster or like the Daleks or the Cybermen. Because I think if people watched the show and liked it, it got commissioned for a series, and they had like monsters like the Yeti or Ice Warriors or whatever. I think they'd be a bit shocked because they'd be like, "Oh, I didn't think it was that kind of show."
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, and I kind of like the fact that the last story of the classic series had the Master survival, and then the next time you saw Doctor Who, they brought back the Master again.
And then they brought it. Then the last story of the Who was just with the Rarity.
Yeah. But I do love that whole scene where Chang Li opens the TARDIS and he just doesn't believe it, and then he walks back out, and then he walks all around it. You know.
Yeah, it's good.
That is one of the best TARDIS sets. So I just love that whole Gothic inspired look for it, like the sort of wooden console and the giant like steel pillars, and then obviously it inspired a new series because every TARDIS in a new series, like it's the first TARDIS where like you see the column go up into the ceiling. Yeah.
No, it's really good.
I kind of like as well how the Master is sort of manipulating Chang Li in this movie. He's trying to like say, "Oh, the Doctor's a bad person. He stole my body. We need to get my body back." Like he's a really terrible, evil person. He's sort of like manipulating him and using him for his own advantage.
And like when he said, "Oh, Genghis Khan," that was dope.
Yeah, he's like Genghis Khan. Yeah, that was him. I also like the soundtrack as well for the movie. Like, I think they've done a good job with the soundtrack.
Yeah, it's a really good soundtrack.
Yeah.
I like the fact
Yeah.
that there's bats in the TARDIS.
Sorry, you broke up there.
So I said I like the fact they animated bats in the TARDIS.
Yeah, it's cool. And we're already halfway through it as well. I love this scene as well where McGann, like, she's like looking at his blood, and then she gives him her like ex-boyfriend's shoes, and then they're like I mean, this whole scene where they're walking through the garden at night with the city lights in the background, and he remembers like being on Gallifrey as a kid with his father, and he's like, he's explaining what the sky looked like and all of that. I just think it's just such a great like moment for Paul McGann as the Doctor to like, shows enthusiasm.
No, I agree. I like the way he says about being alone.
I just love that moment as well. Where it's like, these shoes, they fit perfectly. Like,
Probably one of
yeah.
like, the most iconic moments.
It's interesting as well because apparently Eric Roberts, because he actually went to RADA uh in England, so he actually knew about Doctor Who before they approached him to be in the movie.
When they asked him, he was like, I'm not doing that shit.
So, well, apparently he thought the series was camp, but he's gone on record saying he thinks Delgado was the best Master.
Well, bro, he's a man of good taste.
Yep. I mean, I will say this about the Master though. He's sort of got like a Terminator, like Albert Wesker sort of look here, like the slick back hair and the sunglasses and all.
Yeah, he does actually.
Yeah. I kind of like how he's bribing him as well. Like he gives him these a couple of bags of gold dust.
It's almost like he's the companion to the Master in the story.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he kind of is. Yeah. And this scene is great where they go to the cloister room and you see the Eye of Harmony.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the Eye of Harmony. Because they bring it back in Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS with Matt Smith.
Yeah.
But it looks very different.
Yeah, I didn't like the Eye of Harmony in Journey to the Center of the Tar. It just looked like a massive sun. I thought it was terrible.
No, I agree.
This one here, like, it's just sort of. I mean, that's one thing I really like about the TV movie. I just love all the sets, like the sort of gothic feel, that they're going for here. Yeah, I know the TV movie at the time got a lot of criticism from fans for being too Americanized and like some of the continuity errors, like the Eye of Harmony, which was only meant to be in A Deadly Assassin. But I think they went on to say, it's connected to the main one on Gallifrey under the Panopticon and all that, and it never really bothered me.
No, it doesn't really bother me.
Kind of interesting as well how he uses Chang Li, that he uses his eye to open up the Eye of Harmony. Because he can't open the Eye of Harmony because he's got those like reptilian sort of cheetah eyes or whatever.
Bro, he's a fucking cheater.
Yeah. Bro, he loves Cheetos.
Bro, he's an American now.
Oh yeah, this is the controversial bit where he kisses Grace. Like, kind of, she's like, "Oh, good. Now I do that again."
Bro, she wanted a cock up her ass.
Yeah, I know Sylvester McCoy himself said he wasn't really happy with the whole Doctor kissing his companion, and I can understand that. They didn't really do it in the classic series at all. I think the closest she ever got to the companion kissing the Doctor was like when Nyssa kissed the Doctor in the cheek in Terminus. But I mean, it kind of works for this. I think for the I guess the American audience and for the younger people in the audience, because I suppose like Paul McGann, like for the women in the audience was like a big sort of heartthrob. But yeah.
Roy was probably like annoyed about it because he didn't get to kiss her.
Yeah. What do you think of the whole half human thing? I know like it really divides the fan base, but
I mean, I used to hate it, but ever since like the time was child bullshit, it's not that bad. I mean, if they had to do it, I'd rather the Doctor was half human than whatever the fuck it is now. But, I mean, you should just put it down to social generation, I think.
yeah. It's interesting that they can see what the Doctor can see, like by getting into the Eye of Harmony, they can see what he can, and he's like closing his eyes and everything, and I love how she's getting like freaked out as well. She just thinks he's completely nuts.
Oh, it's true.
The master, bro.
Really? Oh.
He's actually said in an interview recently, like, I mean, they brought him back for the Big Finish audios, but he said he'd love to return to the TV series.
I think they should.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great if they did like a multi-master story. I know they did it with Mitzi and Johnson, but like again, like the Ward, Eric Roberts.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting as well how he needs like this sort of like Beridium clock so he can like fix the TARDIS and all that.
Yeah, that is cool.
I just like all these scenes as well where like he's outside Grace's house and he's like talking to her through the letterbox and then she just thinks he's just a madman, and then I love that moment where like you see like he presses the window and he's like, oh, you see the molecular structure of the Earth's changing because the Master's going to like rip the Earth inside out so we could get the Doctor's body and get like a new regeneration cycle. Yeah, what do you think of that whole scene where he's like touching the mirror and you see it sort of like warp and sort of.
There's that again.
No, I'm saying, what do you think of that whole scene there where he like goes through the mirror? He's like touching it and then he goes through it.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Really well shot as well.
Yeah. Surprising the CGI holds up like 30 years later. Like it still looks pretty good.
It's very much a good style. It feels a bit. I'm a big X-Files fan, and it really reminds me of X-Files.
Yeah. Bro, he's weighing himself. He wants to see if he's as fat as Matrix Lord.
Well, they weigh it. And they say you're actually really fat. Get some carrot juice, then you fatty.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting how it plays into like the Millennium Bug as well. That was like a big thing going on in the late 90s. People talking about the Millennium Bug and how the clocks are going to go back and everything's going to like there's going to be like a financial meltdown and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been cool if they played into that a bit more.
Yeah. I love that line from McGann where he says, "Oh, I love humans, always seeing patterns and things that aren't there."
And I'm pretty sure that line's reused in the new series.
Yeah.
It's either Eccleston or Matt Smith, I think. Matt Smith says it.
I know that Verity Lambert wasn't a fan of the movie, but she absolutely loved Paul McGann as the Doctor, which is nice. And then, of course, this scene here where... Sorry?
They should bring back Verity Lambert.
Yeah, bro. She's been dead nearly 20 years.
Yeah, but they like her.
There's one thing I am glad about with the new series is that even though it got cancelled, Verity Lambert got to see it return in 2005 with Eccleston and then David Tennant.
Yeah, it's great she got to see that.
Yeah. I kind of like this whole back and forth where she's talking to the master, like in the ambulance, like acting as though he's like a complete nutball, and you know the master's just like, "Yep." I like that bit where like the sunglasses come off and then he puts them back on. And he's just like, "Oh, did you meet Marie Curie?" And then she's like, "Oh, did she kiss as good as me?" And then he says, "Oh, as well as you."
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know about you, but this bit like kind of freaked me out a bit as a kid, where like the master like spits that goo like all over her hand, and like you see it like on her hand and stuff, and
Yeah, no, I get it. So it is very good.
I do think it's a bit camp when he's like, "Get it off me, get it off me." And this scene with the policeman's great, where like he points the gun at himself, and he's like, he's like, "I'm gonna shoot myself," and then she's like, "Give me the gun," and then she like,
I remember when I first watched that scene, he said, "I'll shoot myself," as in like, I think he needs to shit himself.
yeah. But I kind of like how she talks him out of it. Like she tells him to give her the gun, and then he does, and then you think she's gonna hand it back to the policeman, and then she like shoots at the um police bike and says, "Give him the keys." I love this like whole motorbike chase afterwards. I know people complain about it. Some people say it's a bit stupid or like it's sort of making it into action movie, but I just love that whole motorbike chase with the Doctor and Grace.
No, I agree.
And I quite like the line where she says, "Doctor, I've only got one life. Can you remember that?" And he's just like, "I'll try."
Yeah, that's a good one. It's a very good line to this.
Yeah.
And their chemistry is great.
Yeah, it is really good. Yeah. I think that's one of the main reasons why I like enjoy the TV movie is just that it's just a lot of fun. Like it's not too long; it's only 90 minutes. Paul McGann's great in it. Daphne Ashbrook's really good. And it's just a fun like Doctor Who story. It's not trying to be like the most complicated, like serious thing in the world, and I think it works.
Yeah, no, I agree. They could have made it really over the top sci-fi if they did it.
Yeah, and they could have made it like really boring as well. They could have like just made it like no action in it whatsoever. Just kind of, yeah, like you were saying, like really complicated sci-fi. But it's just like a fun sort of action adventure. I love that line as well where Chang Li starts laughing and says, "You kill me," and then the master just says, "You want me to kill you?" And he's like, "No."
Yeah, I love that one. It's very mastered, and he's like, "Oh, it made me laugh." It's like, I'm glad one of us is amused.
Yeah. I love that line as well. She's like, "Finally, I meet the right guy, and he's from another planet."
Yeah, it feels very like something that you could imagine Donna or Martha saying.
Yeah. It's funny as well because Daphne Ashbrook said, like, in the interview recently, like, Grace was stupid, just, not going with the Doctor at the end, the TARDIS.
Oh, she was.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if they had a full season, she would have joined them.
Dr. Grace Holloway and guest. Bro, you could literally call this the two doctors, bro.
Oh, it's the 1.5 time.
Yeah. Bro, they're really celebrating the beginning of the new millennium. Yeah. I think he's saying, yeah, it's like the most accurate clock in the world. I just explain it all to her about the master and his last life, and
I really like that dynamic. It's nice that he's got a companion that's quite intelligent.
yeah. Do you know what I like as well? Is like they're roughly the same age as well. Like Paul McGann was, I think, 35. She was like 33. So, like, I mean, a lot of doctors in the series are there. Sometimes there's like a big age gap between a doctor and companion. I kind of like the fact that they're like similar age.
I think it works.
Yeah. And it just got to the scene there where he said he's half human on his mother's side. I mean, I'm not a big fan of it. They kind of retconned it in the new series, but I can see why they did it because it kind of makes sense. Like, if he's half human on his mother's side, like maybe that explains why he comes to Earth so much and why humans are his like favorite species. But yeah,
And I guess it also makes sense why he regenerates badly all the time, whereas other times he's just regenerating good.
yeah, he always sort of has that like trauma after he's regenerated.
But he's buff. At least there's no bioregeneration.
There's kind of a funny sexual innuendo there where he takes out the chip and he says it's small and she's like, "Oh, what do they say?" And he says, "Oh yeah, they said that on my planet too."
Yeah, that's a great line.
It's kind of funny as well. Like he stops the guard and just like gives him a jelly baby. I like that as well, where he says that kid, that security guard Gareth, will like go in a couple of years and make this like earthquake predicting machine that will save like lives. So he already knows, you know, who he is in the future.
Yeah, I don't really get how that works.
Bro, this scene's a bit weird with the security guards and the guns. It's like they're all covered in the master's spunk, bro.
Bro, that's great. I like the spunk.
Paul McGarn spunk.
Paul McGann, who famously was actually going to be on Blue Mountain.
Oh yeah, he was, wasn't he? uh, I heard he's a big fan of Sorrow of Separation.
Bro, he's such a big fan of Sorrow and Separation. That's why he needed one fucking episode.
Yeah. True. I kind of like how they escape as well. Like they get that they go to the fire exit and then they use the fire hose to escape like down the roof, and then he jumps back on the bike.
Yeah, that's good.
I kind of like how she says, "Oh, please tell me about the future," and he's like, "Oh, I can't," and she's like, "Oh God, don't tell me Brian's gonna move in again."
Should have been like, no, but I'm going to move my dick in your vagina.
Yeah. I think that TARDIS just looks like that TARDIS prop there just looks so good. Like they've done a really good job with the production values here. And I like as well that he keeps the TARDIS key, like he keeps a spare key, like above. He's like, oh, it's like in a cubby hole above the P. That scene with the policeman going in the TARDIS and then coming out is just so funny.
Bro, I'm glad they kept the original TARDIS as a blue box.
Yeah, so am I.
I think it would have been really shit if they brought it back and it was like a pink, I don't know, like a telephone box or something.
Yeah, no, he said like the American producers kept saying to him, "You got to get rid of this police public call box. It's too British. Get rid of it." And then, I didn't know this, but Philip Segal, like, he found out actually. I didn't know this until he said it, but apparently, it's an American invention. They started out in New York, and then they sort of became famous around the world. So
I don't really get though why you would want a British IP and then just be like, oh, it's too British.
I don't know. I suppose like they think for like an American audience, it wouldn't work. I'm not sure, but.
But bro, it's just a fucking blue box.
I just think it's the Americans, and I just think that's Hollywood in general. Like, the people in the suits, the bean counters, and all that. Like, they don't really have any creativity. But I do like that visual effect though, where you see the TARDIS ceiling and you see all the like planets and everything blowing up.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
It's some nice shots here as well. I like the way it's shot, like where it shows his face through the TARDIS column and then her face through the TARDIS column.
Bro, the TARDIS column is great.
Yeah, bro. No, but I think Jeffrey Sachs does a good job with like the visuals here. Like, there's a nice shot earlier on where he's talking to Chang Li, and it's just their faces in the TARDIS girder or whatever.
Oh yeah, that is a beautiful shot.
It's such a nice console as well.
It's actually like a travesty. We only got one episode with it.
It is, yeah. I think it's really creepy as well when you see Grace, like her eyes go black, and then you find that she's
Alright. Like, it's very subtle. It's not loads of prosthetics and stuff, but it's really creepy.
Yeah, it is. He's sort of become possessed by the master. Yeah.
Bro, that's what happens when he jizzes in you.
I wonder how painful it was for her to wear those contact lenses.
Oh, I can't stand contact lenses.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why, as well, Eric Roberts wore glasses throughout most of it, because he said he couldn't stand having that contact lenses in his eyes all the time.
I don't blame him. I do quite like the fact that he wears the sunglasses, though. It gives him like an edge.
Yeah, it does, yeah. That bit where like she slaps him, she said recently in the making of, like that scene where she had to slap him in the face, like, that was kind of difficult because Paul McGann's such a nice guy, but yeah.
Bro, he is scum.
I mean, that line is a bit camp where he says, "I always dress for the occasion," but I do like his sort of Time Lord robes. I think the Time Lord robes are pretty cool.
Yeah, he definitely, you can like see he's a Time Lord.
Yeah. And that line where he says about Chang Li, "Oh, he's the son that I've always wanted," or whatever. Yeah. I kind of like as well how the Doctor's trying to convince him that the Master's evil. He's saying like, "Lee, don't listen to him. You know, this is my body. It's my TARDIS. The Master's wasted all his lives. You know, he's lying to you."
Just looks so visually brilliant.
Yeah. I kind of like as well how it cuts to them all celebrating while the Doctor, Grace, and Chang Li, like, they're all preparing for the end where the Master's going to take his body or whatever.
I also think it's quite cool, like images of like the Doctor in the Clockwork Orange kind of imprisonment, like the things in his eyes and.
Yeah, I never thought about that now, but yeah, he does look like Alex the Droog from Clockwork Orange. Yeah. That's one thing I kind of missed about the old Master from like the classic series, is like when the Master was always like about to die, he's like always on the cusp of death. It kind of made him more menacing because he'll do anything to survive. Yeah. But yeah, what's crazy about the film as well is the director Jeffrey Sachs said like originally they didn't have much time to shoot, and he said it took him like ages. He said like he didn't really have much time to shoot the whole film, so he demanded that they give him more time to finish shooting the movie because they weren't giving him enough days to shoot the whole film. So it's kind of a miracle that they managed to finish this movie on time.
Well, you'd never think it. It doesn't look rushed.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look rushed, no. Kind of crazy how Chang Lee sort of realizes that the doctor was right, you know. And
Like
this
how
is
they.
pretty brutal as well when he just snaps Chang Lee's neck, you know.
But bro, he's like, I don't like Asians.
Bro, I didn't think the master was a celestial toy maker.
Here.
Ugh. Oh, that's interesting how he like takes the infection out of her, like so that she can open the eye. The master's gonna try and steal a doctor's body. Yeah. The master's insane, bro. Can you imagine if this was like when the doctor was like imagine the doctor was a woman and like the master took his body and then the master's like, oh wait, it's like Curse of the Fatal Death, like I've got an etheric beam locators.
I wonder what would have been like how they would have followed this on if they were to do if they got a series commissioned after this. Like, what would be the second story? Do we know?
I don't think so because it's kind of interesting because originally like he wanted a full series and he was going to get a series, but in the end all they could offer him was a movie, and they said, well, if the movie does well then we'll commission a series. But he said he was going to like originally like when he was going to reboot it, he said he was going to like remake stories like Talons of Wing Chang and all that, but I saw an interview of him and he said that they weren't going to remake any of the classic stories. He just said that to the producers so that they would greenlight the series, but yeah.
No, I've always just thought it'd be really interesting to see what their plan would have been if he did get the series. I know, like we know that he was going to reboot certain stories, but like, what would have been next? Would it have been like a Daleks reboot?
Yeah, but he brought back the Sontarans or something, or Cybermen. Yeah.
Cybes.
This is kind of messed up as well. We see like the master's like face sort of changing, like because he's like trying to take the doctor's body, like his regenerations and all that, like his regeneration energy.
That is bad.
And of course, you got the countdown to New Year's Day and all that. And
yeah, I like the countdown.
it's kind of creepy as well when you see the master there shake his head, and then you briefly saw like the Eighth Doctor when the master was like shaking his head.
Bro, it's very good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, some of that dialogue's a bit cheesy. Where he's like, "I'm alive, I'm alive." But
yeah, no, that is. I like as well that they have the master steal someone's body again.
Yeah. You know what I kind of like as well? That it's not really the Doctor who saves the day. It's sort of Grace who does it.
Yeah, I agree.
It's kind of nice, you know. Yeah. What's a temporal orbit? And Sailor Rassilon and all that. That's cool to see in this too. Kind of like as well how they're sort of rewinding time. They're going back for the time vortex to go, like you said before, all this stuff happened or whatever.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And the Master's completely failed.
He's fucked, bro.
Yeah. Master's messed up, bro. Messed up big time.
I just love the design of the set with like the seal of Rassilon as well. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool, yeah.
Because they didn't need to do that.
Yeah, this is pretty mad. Like, the Master's really desperate in this way, just like froze her to her death and all that. Like,
He's a piece of shit.
bro, the Doctor's like, fuck you, Master. Bro, she's dead.
And so's the Asian.
Shit. And you just see the Master going completely, like, nuts.
Yeah, the Master's a dick in this story.
Yeah. I quite like that line where he says, life is wasted on the living. Like,
It's true, bro.
the Master's like, fuck you, I'm not gonna die.
I will not die.
And he just, like, shines the light on him and sends him into the eye. It's interesting as well, like how he offers the Master his hand to like save him, but that's like, and the Master just basically says never. I mean, that's just like so typical of the Master. It reminds me of the series 3 finale. Like, do you remember when he refuses to regenerate?
I was just gonna say the same thing actually.
Yeah.
Because the Master's a little bitch.
He's an asshole, bro.
I am glad they didn't make him the Doctor's brother in this.
Oh, that would have been terrible. Yeah. I mean, one thing I will say is it's a little bit Deus Ex Machina and a little bit convenient when, like, Grace and Chang are revived by, like, the TARDIS, whatever. But I kind of like it as well because I think it would have been like pretty depressing ending to the film if they were just both dead. But yeah.
No, I agree. I think it would have been cooler if like Chang died.
Yeah. Yeah, at least somebody died or whatever, yeah.
I'm not a fan of like the TARDIS having like a window in the ceiling.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that either. Yeah.
Because it doesn't really make sense, because where's the window?
What do you think of like all the autumn leaves and stuff around as well?
Yeah, I can take it, but it's not great.
Yeah. I mean, I could be wrong, but I can, like, you know, the way that like energy like brings them back to life. I kind of see that maybe as like the Master's regeneration energy or something like that. Like when he died, like TARDIS used it to bring them back to life or something. I don't know, but yeah.
Oh, that's fair enough.
It's kind of a shame as well that, like, in the audio adventures, because of the whole like rights thing with Fox and Universal and all that, like they could never use Chang or Grace in the audios, because I think if they were in the audios, they would have been great companions.
No, I agree. I think it's a real shame they were kind of left out.
Yeah. I was looking into the series though. Apparently, if they did do a series, Grace would have come back and traveled with the Doctor and all
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious that she was getting set up to be a companion.
that. Yeah. But I would have loved that though. I would love to have seen this whole series with them together.
Bro, it's your fault for supporting the Doctor Who.
And it kind of would have made it harder for the Doctor as well when Grace would eventually have to leave, because if they were like both like had romantic feelings for each other, it would have made it kind of harder for him to say goodbye, kind of like Rose Tyler. But
Yeah, no, that's true.
I like that line as well. He's like, "That's Gallifrey, 250 million light years away," and she's like, "Wow." He's like, "It was only 10 minutes in the TARDIS or whatever." Yeah. It's a nice callback here to the classic series when the TARDIS stops and then he just bangs the console to get it to work.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
It is great. I do think it's actually really underrated.
Yeah, I think so as well. I never understood the fans who hated it. I mean, it's really
Like,
not that bad.
it's not that bad.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, it's got its issues, but it's like not like terrible like some people try to make it out to be.
Still better than anything we got recently.
Yeah. It's kind of nice as well. Like the security guard got a kiss there on New Year's.
Bro, they should have some more gays in this.
Bro, the Doctor should be a screaming homo.
But instead, he's a screaming homophobe.
Yeah. I'm glad as well they kept the TARDIS sound effect the same as well.
Yeah, it would have been shit if they brought it back and it's just like whoop 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 whoop.
Yeah, it would have been crap. But I kind of like how generous the Doctor is. Like, he doesn't like he just tells Chang Li to keep the gold. He doesn't like say, "All right, put it back in the TARDIS," or whatever. He just tells him, you keep it.
He's like, yeah, just keep it that you prize from my dead body.
Yeah. I like that line as well, where the Doctor says, "Next year, take a vacation at Christmas. Just don't be here."
Yeah, that was quite funny.
Yeah.
You should said instead go to the World Trade Center. Go on the top floor and stay there for 4 years.
Remember, don't be here September the 11th.
That's when I've got to pay my taxes.
Kind of like the fireworks and all in the background, and
yeah, it's a bit cheesy, but it's good.
yeah, no, it is cheesy, but it kind of works. I mean, I suppose they're celebrating New Year, so it kind of makes sense. There's fireworks, but yeah, this is the kiss that drove the fans mad.
He's like, You think that's bad? Wait till you watch the new series.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand why the fans got annoyed, but at the same time, it's just I don't think it's pretty harmless. Like, you know,
It's just meh.
I kind of like the scene as well where she like waves goodbye to him, and he just kind of looks at her, and then he leaves in the TARDIS, and you can just tell by like the look on her face, she just like completely regrets like not going with him.
Yeah, I think it definitely would have opened episode 2 or like the episode 1 of the season if they got it. Would be him reuniting with Grace
Yeah,
and maybe Chang. I don't know.
yeah. It's kind of nice as well how it sort of comes full circle. Like we're back where we started at the beginning of the movie, where he's like sitting down, reading a book on his travels to his next location.
It's just sad that it's not my boy McCoy.
Yeah, bro. And McCoy hit his expiry date.
Bro, he's great.
Yeah. No, McCoy is good. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a funny way the end of the record gets stuck or whatever, and then.
I mean, for what it was trying to do, I think it did a good job.
Yeah.
And it kept the fans going for a bit.
Yeah. And obviously, afterwards, with the Big Finish audios a few years later, Paul McGann reprised his role, and then they did the novels and all of the Eighth Doctor and everything.
Would it just be nice if we could get that back now? Like,
Yeah.
that level of excitement we had, or they would have had back then for it to come out.
Yeah. So to wrap it up now, what's your like final thoughts on the TV movie?
I would say it's got its flaws, but it's nowhere near as bad as people make out. McGann is a great Doctor. The whole cast is great, actually. It's just a shame that it's a one and done with them. I know McGann did come back for Night of the Doctor and Power of the Doctor for like a cameo, but it would have been nice to have had a proper cameo scene, but hey-ho. It may not have been commissioned for a full series, but it kept Doctor Who going, so I enjoy this episode, and I think it's great to have McCoy back.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much echo a lot of your sentiments. I think I give like a lot of credit to the producer, Philip Segal. I mean, he was born in England, he grew up in Essex, and he was a big fan of the show before he moved to America, and he really fought hard to get the TV movie made. It took him like 7 years to get it on the screen, and he fought tooth and nail to get Doctor Who back, and like, he did his best to try and get a series. And if you look at if you watch the documentaries and the behind the scenes, he had such a hard time trying to make the movie, and I got to respect him for casting Paul McGann, fighting to keep the police box the same. And, I think overall as a film, it does have its problems. Like, I think for like a new audience, it's kind of confusing beginning the film with the Doctor regenerating and, the Master. And so like if you don't know a lot of the Doctor Who lore or what's going on, then you're going to be confused. You're going to be a bit confused for like a first time audience. But I think it's great to have McCoy back. I really like his new outfit here. I think I probably prefer it to the outfit he wore in the TV show. I think Paul McGann is absolutely he's absolutely stellar in this. I think he gives probably the best first performance of a new actor in the role since Tom Baker in Robot.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I just think it's a real shame that he never got a series, because I think if you watch him in this, and if you watch Paul McGann in anything, because I've seen him in other stuff, other roles that he's done on TV and stuff, he's just such a brilliant actor, and it's such a shame because he had such a passion for the show. Like he said, he started watching it during the William Hartnell era, and he says William Hartnell's his favorite Doctor, and
Bro, you can tell by his performance, he's just channeling his inner William Hartnell.
Well, yeah. Well, they both wore a wig in this, bro.
Exactly, bro.
No, but I just think he gives such a great performance here. I think Paul McGann himself is like from. I mean, I've never met him in real life, but from all I've heard and all the interviews, apparently he's like a really nice guy. I think he would have been a great Doctor. He's a great actor. I think Daphne Ashbrook gives a really solid performance here as Dr. Grace Holloway, and it's a shame they never did a series because I think she would have been really good as a companion. I suppose like the weak link. Sorry, you gonna say something?
Oh no, I wasn't saying anything.
I suppose like the one weak link in the film would be just like maybe Eric Roberts as the Master at times is a bit hammy. But saying that, I do think he is kind of underrated as the Master. Like some people absolutely hate him, but I do think he could be quite menacing and sinister when he's sort of playing it more calm and when he's wearing the sunglasses and stuff. I mean, the inside of the TARDIS is amazing. It's easily the best TARDIS we've seen up until that point. You can see the money's on screen. Like, you know, they spent a lot on the production of this film, and it definitely shows on screen. I think the soundtrack's great. I really like the direction by Jeffrey Sachs. I think he does a very good job. But yeah, overall, it's not perfect. Like the half-human thing doesn't really work for me. I do love like the chase sequence on the bike and all that. That's really good. So suppose if I give it like an overall rating, I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would say 7, maybe 7.5.
Yeah. But it's a fun one, and it's a shame that the show didn't come back. I mean, it did well in the UK. It got 9 million viewers in the UK, but it would be another 9 years before we saw Doctor Who again on TV. But for what the movie is, I think it's really fun and enjoyable, and it's just a shame that Paul McGann. It's just a crime that he's never really had a TV series since. I mean, all he's really had on since then is Night of the Doctor, which is only like 6 minutes and 49 seconds, which is kind of pathetic. He should have got like a full episode to say goodbye as the Eighth Doctor. But I hope one day, like maybe not too distant future, they're able to do something with Paul McGann as the Doctor. I mean, I know the show's pretty much cancelled now, but in the future, if they ever bring it back, I'd love to see him return. But yeah.
No, I agree. It would be great to have him in an episode.
Yeah. But that's all, guys. Thanks for listening to this audio commentary, and we'll see you all soon.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye for now.